Stiff with cramp and the cold, I stamped my feet and flapped my arms as best I could in the narrow confines of the slit trench. The battle-dress jacket and sleeveless leather jerkin under my greatcoat did little to keep out the penetrating chill of the night air as we stood to before dawn. I was willing the first light of morning to come, and with it, the chance to get some warm food into our freezing bodies preoccupied my thoughts. To my frozen limbs, it seemed to take a lifetime, but slowly the eastern horizon began to smudge, a pastel streak of purple heralding the advent of the rising sun. As the light improved, the dark shadows of the scrub in front of the position began to reveal themselves. Then the sharper edge of the buildings of the town below us came into focus. I nudged Saunders, who was standing next to me, his head nestled deep into the upturned collar of his greatcoat, and with the edge of his helmet tipped forward to form a barrier against the cold. Tell Dixon to start thinking about getting the Benghazi and compo from the truck. As soon as it gets properly light, we'll stand down and get some breakfast and a hot brew on. Righto, Sarge. God, it's bloody brass monkeys. I heard Saunders pass on the message in muffled tones to Dixon at the other end of the trench. 30 minutes later, Dixon had the burner lit and a dixie of water was boiling on the stove. Around us, the rest of the position was coming to life, having stood down from standing to. Apart from my half of 3 section, there were a few other trenches belonging to various logistic units, each one a cluster of men gathered round their Benghazi burners, which smoked and flared in the improving light. The closest position was a good 150 yards away, and I didn't get any sense that we were part of a coordinated defence. Our task was simply to blow up the water towers behind us and the bakery further down the hill towards the town, if ordered to do so. The rest of the company was on the quayside, on the other side of the harbour. While we had managed to re-rig the 8 water towers behind us by last light, they must have worked all through the night to put the demolition charges back on the dock installations. I doubted if the blokes in the sections working down there got much rest. While it was uncomfortable and cold in the bottom of the trench, at least we managed to get some sleep. I turned my attention back to the breakfast that was cooking on the floor of the dugout. What have we got, Dixon? Beans, puddle sausages with eggs and stotties. I took that to mean the dreadful skinny link compo sausages, dried eggs, and hardtack biscuits. Jesus, Geordie, can't you do better than that? There must be some of that Yank tinned bacon left in the back of the truck, which is much better than that muck. Using the rim of my steaming mug of tea, I indicated towards the dixie, which was now a yellow and pinkish-brown churned mess of anemic sausages, mashed into dehydrated egg powder and water. I know where they are, Sarge, and I could do with the exercise. It's still bloody freezing. The truck was parked 200 yards away in the lee of the bakery, which gave it a modicum of cover. Saunders slung his rifle over his shoulder and sauntered off down the hill, his hands stuffed deep into his greatcoat pockets. "See if there's any bread left while you're at it," I shouted after him, and started to shave with the small amount of the hot water we had saved for the purpose. I heard it before I saw it.